As President-elect Biden shows support for a national mask mandate to defend against the dark winter that could be ahead, more state officials are getting on board, even ones who were initially opposed to increased restrictions, like Iowa Governor Kim Reynolds. Take a look.
Indoor social, community, business, and leisure gatherings or events will be limited to 15 people. If Iowans don't buy into this, we lose. Businesses will close once again. More schools will be forced to go online, and our healthcare system will fail, and the cost in human life will be high.
I mean, frankly, I want to start by saying thank you to all of these governors and mayors that are finally heeding the call that people were dying.
It's about time.
And so I'm grateful. Yeah, I'm grateful that they finally got here. But are you confident that people will get on board with this, Sarah?
No, I'm not confident. It reminds me of the vice presidential debate when Mike Pence said, we like to leave it up to the people for their own You can't leave it up to the people. We learned that the hard way. I was saying last week, I guess, that, you know, people are wearing their masks, but I realized that's where I've been and the people around me are doing the right thing. That is not the case across the country. I had a lot of people write me that said, clearly you haven't been to Michigan. Clearly you haven't been here because people aren't doing it here. And it made me so sad that people are walking around like businesses have the most to lose. So where I live, and I'm sure you guys can vouch for this, if you have to walk into a place like a grocery store, people are being militant about the mask, the washing your hands, because they don't want to close. But I think my home state of Iowa, I think Governor Kim Reynolds said it best when she said, well, the only way to get there, to keep these businesses open, to keep schools going, is to do this. And she issued the first mask mandate, and I think we might need more of them. But if we expect Americans to do the right thing, we have to make sure, as we've seen, that our politicians do the same thing. We have always come after President Trump, the administration, for politicizing this, kind of blatantly throwing it in people's face. But Nancy Pelosi just got caught trying to throw a dinner for people when we're telling the entire country not to celebrate with their families, not to have a Thanksgiving. And then she was about to host 50 people, and she, you know, it said that it was social distance, but optics matter. And we cannot have our politicians saying, do as I say, not as I do. That bothers me.
Okay.
What about you, Joy?
Well, just to that point, Pelosi made a mistake. She corrected it. Unlike Kevin McCarthy, House Minority Leader, who went ahead with an indoor happy hour for about 90 lawmakers at the Capitol. You know that Biden and the Democrats have been doing virtual campaigning while Trump has been holding super spreader rallies. House Republicans are planning to hold their leadership elections in person this week, while Democrats will vote for their leaders electronically. So it's, again, let's not have a false equivalent here, because, you know, the Democrats have been doing the right thing, and they had a little bit of a slip, and then she fixed it. But you know what? These people
well, just
who
to
don't
be
want
clear,
to wear
Joy,
masks,
just to be clear, just to be clear, I'm not actually making those a same equivalent. What I'm saying is that I've been enraged this whole time that President Trump held rallies. They body surfed. There was someone in one of those states body surfed across the crowd. They flagrantly disregarded the entire virus. I don't mean to put that as an equal on the other side. What I'm saying is it bothers me even more that we've been the party of people that said this is serious, and there's no room for error. So that's all I'm saying is they're not equal, but it bothers me that Nancy Pelosi would do that. Yeah.
Okay, but she pulled back and she changed it when she realized she was wrong. But you know, a lot of these guys are saying it's too much. It's not macho. I heard this somewhere. It's not macho when you put on a mask. You know, I bet these are the same guys who don't want to wear a condom.
Either is a ventilator.
And I would suggest to the women out there. And neither is a ventilator very macho, exactly. And then I saw an interview with an ER nurse just the other day or today. I can't keep track of days anymore. And she said that the dying patients that she have still insist that there is no coronavirus.
I saw that.
Because Donald Trump said they didn't have it. And so they believe what that idiot said. And, you know, I mean, come on. When are we going to get out of this if people are just going to be moronic about stuff?